The billion-dollar bank robbery. How an inside job almost destroyed it all. This was the most trusted banker in the entire building. The one guy who knew every single secret of the bank he worked at for 15 years. He was the perfect employee, the guy everyone depended on. But tonight, he wasn't protecting the vault. He was about to empty every last dollar. He planned the perfect crime, a mix of insane digital hacking and a real-life smash and grab. But what he didn't see coming wasn't the cops, but his new partners who were about to double-cross him and turn his perfect plan into a crazy fight for his life. This story is an absolutely insane mix of a mastermind heist and a hostage crisis, a billion-dollar score that turned into a complete and total nightmare. The man you're about to meet, Marcus Hayes, and his bank are totally made up. But this isn't just a story. It's a terrifying look at what happens when you combine the real-world strategies of the biggest heists in history. Crimes that prove the systems we trust with our money are shockingly easy to break. If you want to see just how far someone will go when they're pushed to the edge, subscribe right now. We are about to break down what it takes for a normal guy to do something absolutely insane. For 15 years, this guy, Marcus Hayes, was basically a ghost. He was a top manager at the giant global stability bank. He was a genius, and he knew the bank systems better than the people who built them. He knew every camera's blind spot and the exact second the vault timers reset. He kept the entire bank running, but he was always overlooked. His breaking point wasn't some huge explosion. It was the fact that he got passed over for a promotion he deserved more than anyone. That, plus insane medical bills for his sick kid, was the final straw. He was working 70-hour weeks for a bank that didn't care about him, while his life at home was falling apart. That feeling of being completely fed up is a crazy motivator, and it's something you see in real-life insiders like David Gant, who pulled off the $17.3 million Loomis Fargo heist in 1997 because he was sick of being overworked and underpaid. The idea started as a wild thought on his way home from work. Asterisk what if? Asterisk he saw the bank's weaknesses not as things to fix, but as wide-open doors. He realized the bank had defenses for a physical robbery or a digital one, but nobody ever thought both could happen at the same time. One would be the perfect cover for the other. But Marcus was a numbers guy, not a criminal. He needed muscle. So he made a call he'd regret forever and got in touch with a guy named Victor, the head of a ruthless Eastern European crime syndicate. Victor was instantly obsessed with the plan. He didn't just see a heist, he saw the ultimate weapon. And he saw Marcus as the disposable guy to pull the trigger. Together, they perfected the plan. It was a hybrid heist. Marcus would use his insider access to change guard schedules and kill the alarms, just like David Gant did. At the same time, he'd use his top-level clearance to launch a digital attack, just like the 2016 Bangladesh bank heist, where hackers used the SWIFT network to try and steal almost $1 billion. Marcus would open the doors, and Victor's crew would grab the cash and make it vanish. The night of the heist was all about perfect timing. It was a holiday weekend, and only a few people were working, a detail Marcus had known for months. He walked in like he owned the place, the dedicated manager everyone knew, claiming there was a system emergency only he could fix. His first move was a classic insider trick. He sent home a new trainee, making up a fake family emergency. Now he was alone. The clock was ticking. Phase 1. Physical. Marcus walked straight to the vault like he'd done it 1,000 times. He knew the camera loops by heart. He used his codes to open the main doors, getting to the final gate, where Victor's crew was already waiting inside, having slipped in through a weak point Marcus had flagged. They worked fast, grabbing not just cash, but gold bars and untraceable bonds, mixing up the loot to make it impossible to track. At the exact same time, Phase 2 went live. From his own desk, Marcus unleashed the digital attack. He copied the Bangladesh bank hackers and had dozens of fake wire transfers ready to go. He started blasting them out, sending millions of dollars screaming across the world through a crazy web of shell companies to cause maximum chaos. Then, disaster. A new security update flagged one of the transfers. An alarm blared. His heart was pounding. One of Victor's guys stared him down. With sweat pouring down his face, Marcus used his master override, typed in a secret code, and forced the transfer through. The alarm went silent. He did it. The physical vault and the digital vault were both empty. In total, they had just stolen nearly $1 billion. As the last crate was loaded onto the truck, Marcus could finally breathe. He had pulled off the impossible. He turned to Victor, ready to disappear forever. But Victor wasn't celebrating. He held up a tablet. On the screen was a live video of Marcus's house. His wife was reading to their daughter, and a little red laser dot was dancing on the wall right behind them. The deal was off. Marcus wasn't a partner. He was a hostage. The perfect heist wasn't over. He had to go back to work, pretend he knew nothing, and help the investigation, all while laundering the $1 billion he just stole. If he refused, or if he got caught, that live feed would end in a nightmare. His masterpiece had just become his prison. The news of the robbery sent the entire world into a complete panic. Global Stability Bank was in chaos. The FBI was called in, and they knew immediately it was an inside job. It was just too perfect. It had all the signs of the Loomis Fargo job, using inside knowledge of security and the digital chaos of the Bangladesh bank heist. The list of people who could pull off both at once was incredibly short, and Marcus Hayes was at the very top. For Marcus, life became a total nightmare. He went to work every single day, sat in meetings with the FBI agents hunting him, and gave his expert opinion. He was playing two roles at once, the loyal employee and the captive criminal, getting secret orders from Victor on burner phones. The pressure was unreal. Every night, Victor sent him a new video from the live feed, a silent reminder of who was in control. 2 weeks later, it got worse. Victor wanted more. He demanded Marcus use another tiny security flaw to steal from a different client. In that second, Marcus knew this would never end. He would be used until he was worthless, and then he'd be thrown away. His family would never be safe. Trapped between the FBI and a monster, he decided to take a crazy, desperate gamble. He couldn't just confess. Victor would have his family killed. He had to be smarter. He accidentally left a document in a conference room he knew the lead FBI agent would be in late. Inside a super boring report, he had a diagram of the bank's digital network. He had circled a tiny server node and written a time next to it. It was a secret message, a breadcrumb trail that only the FBI's cyber team would understand. It pointed them to a deleted file that held a tiny trace of the illegal transfers. It was an insane risk, but it was his only move. The FBI got the message, and they moved fast. They didn't arrest Marcus. They realized he was their main suspect and their best chance to take down the entire syndicate. Following more of Marcus's secret clues, they pieced together Victor's entire money laundering operation. They set up a massive sting operation to lure Victor out in the open. As the deal went down, tactical teams swarmed from everywhere. Victor's global crime syndicate was completely destroyed in one night. In the end, Marcus Hayes, the man who planned a $1 billion heist, confessed to everything. But because his insane gamble helped the FBI take down the syndicate and get back over 80% of the money, he got a much shorter sentence. He lost his career, his reputation, and his freedom, but he saved his family. The story of the Global Stability Bank heist, even though it's fake, is a massive warning to the entire world. It shows how real-life criminal plans, from the simple smash and grab of Loomis Fargo to the genius cyber attack on the Bangladesh bank, could be combined to create a new kind of super heist. It proved that the biggest threat isn't always some hacker on the other side of the planet. Sometimes, it's the most trusted person inside, finally breaking because they were taken for granted. The security weaknesses Marcus used aren't fake. They are a very real threat in the systems we trust every single day. So what do you think? Was Marcus a greedy criminal or a desperate guy pushed too far? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more insane stories about the world's craziest crimes.